Greetings, HouseLux Estate community, here to equip you with the knowledge to make the most of your finances. Welcome to another enlightening episode on the HouseLux Estate channel, your trusted companion on the journey to financial wisdom. We're dedicated to providing you with valuable insights and practical tips to help you make informed decisions about your resources. Today's topic is especially relevant to those of us who are planning our budgets meticulously. We'll be discussing why buying a car might not be the best investment if you're working with a tight budget. Cars can be indispensable in today's fast-paced world, but they also come with a set of financial implications that can impact your budget significantly. We'll explore the depreciation dilemma, hidden costs of car ownership, its environmental impact, and viable alternatives to owning a car. So buckle up and prepare for an enlightening journey. Stay tuned as we delve into the reasons why a car purchase may not be the wisest financial decision for those on a tight budget. The first major reason why buying a car isn't a good investment is depreciation. Now let's break this down. What exactly is depreciation? In simple terms, depreciation is the decrease in value of an asset over time. And when it comes to cars, this process is as inevitable as the rising sun. Picture this scenario. You've just driven your brand new shiny car off the dealership lot. It smells like new leather and the engine purrs like a contented cat. You're on top of the world. But here's the kicker. The moment those wheels hit the road, your car's value begins to plummet. Let's delve into the numbers a bit. A typical car can lose about 20% of its value in the first year alone. And by the end of 5 years, you're looking at a car that's worth less than half of what you initially paid for it. That's right, less than half. Take a fictional mid-range sedan that you buy brand new for $25,000. After a single year, it could be worth only $20,000. Fast forward 5 years later, and its value might have dwindled to a mere $12,000. And here's another curveball. This depreciation isn't a linear process. It's not a steady slide down a slippery slope. Rather, it's more like a steep cliff. The biggest chunk of value is lost in the first few years, and it gradually levels off as the car ages. Now, this might not seem like a big deal if you're planning to drive your car into the ground, but if you're the kind who likes to switch cars every few years, this depreciation can hit your wallet hard. And let's not forget, unlike investments like houses or stocks, cars don't have the potential to increase in value over time. They won't pay you dividends or rent. They are, in the purest sense, a depreciating asset. As you can see, cars aren't an asset that appreciates over time, but rather they lose value. So, if you're on a tight budget and looking to make smart investments, a brand new car might not be your best bet. Beyond depreciation, there are many hidden costs associated with car ownership. First, let's discuss insurance. An essential cost, auto insurance can be a significant drain on your finances, depending on your demographics and driving history. Even the most basic coverage can cost hundreds of dollars per year, and often it's far more than that. Next, we have maintenance and repairs. Regular upkeep such as oil changes, tire rotations, and brake checks can add up quickly. And that's only the planned maintenance. What about the unexpected? A blown tire, a broken timing belt, a mysterious check engine light? These can all lead to hefty repair bills. Add to that the fact that, as a car ages, it often requires more frequent and more costly repairs. Fuel is another major cost. Most people are acutely aware of the price of gas and how it fluctuates. However, it's easy to underestimate just how much it costs to keep a car's tank full. Even for the most fuel-efficient vehicles, the costs can be significant, particularly for those who commute long distances or take frequent road trips. And then there are the less obvious costs. Things like parking, whether it's paid parking at your workplace or a monthly fee for a spot in your apartment complex. And let's not forget about the cost of registration and licensing, which can also add up. All of these expenses, some obvious, some hidden, can strain a tight budget significantly. It's not just the upfront price of the car and the ongoing cost of depreciation. When you factor in insurance, maintenance, repairs, fuel, and other costs, the financial burden of car ownership becomes much clearer. So, before you rush out and buy that shiny new car, take a moment to consider all the costs. Not just the sticker price, but the ongoing, often overlooked expenses that come with owning a car. These hidden costs can make owning a car more expensive than you might initially think. Now let's consider the environmental impact of owning a car. Car ownership is not merely a financial decision, it's also an environmental choice. Every vehicle on the road contributes to fuel consumption and emissions, both of which have significant impacts on our planet. Let's take a moment to think about fuel consumption. Cars, especially those that aren't fuel efficient, guzzle down gallons of gasoline. This not only hits your wallet, but also increases our reliance on fossil fuels. These non-renewable resources are rapidly depleting, and their extraction and use contribute to environmental damage and climate change. Now, let's talk about emissions. Cars are one of the most significant contributors to air pollution. They emit harmful gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter. These pollutants are harmful to our health and contribute to global warming. The production of cars also has an environmental cost. It involves the extraction of raw materials, manufacturing processes, and transportation, all of which consume energy and emit greenhouse gases. Even electric cars, while certainly a step in the right direction, are not entirely green. Their production, particularly the creation of their batteries, has a significant environmental footprint. And unless the electricity they run on is sourced from renewable energy, they still contribute to carbon emissions. So not only can owning a car strain your budget, but it also contributes to environmental degradation. As we strive to make sustainable choices, it's essential to consider these hidden costs of car ownership. So, what can you do instead of buying a car? Well, the good news is there are several alternatives to owning a car that can not only save you a significant amount of money, but also help reduce your carbon footprint. Let's explore some of these options. Firstly, public transportation is a viable option for many people. It's usually much cheaper than owning a car, especially when you consider all the hidden costs of car ownership we discussed earlier. Plus, you can use the travel time to read, work, or relax instead of dealing with traffic. Secondly, carpooling can be a great solution, particularly for commuting to work or school. By sharing rides with others, you can split the cost of gas and parking, which can lead to substantial savings over time. Also, it's a more environmentally friendly option, as it reduces the number of vehicles on the road. Thirdly, consider biking or walking for shorter trips. It's free, it's healthy, and it's eco-friendly. It might not be feasible for everyone or for every situation, but even replacing a few car trips a week can add up to a noticeable difference in your budget and your carbon emissions. Lastly, there are several car-sharing services available today. They allow you to rent a car for a few hours or a few days, depending on your needs. This can be a perfect solution for those occasional trips where public transportation or other alternatives might not be suitable. So there you have it. There's no one-size-fits-all solution, but with a bit of creativity and flexibility, it's entirely possible to live without owning a car. Remember, the goal here is not just to save money, but also to create a sustainable lifestyle that benefits both your wallet and the planet. And who knows, you might find that you enjoy the freedom and simplicity of car-free living. As you can see, there are many alternatives to car ownership that can save you money while also benefiting the environment. So there you have it. Reasons why buying a car may not be the best investment if you're on a tight budget. Let's quickly recap what we've discussed in this video. First, we delved into the depreciation dilemma, where we learned that a car loses value the moment it rolls off the lot. As the years go by, this depreciation only accelerates, making the car a losing investment from day one. Then, we shed light on the hidden costs of car ownership. Beyond the sticker price, you have to account for costs such as insurance, maintenance, repairs, and fuel. These costs can add up quickly, especially if you're on a tight budget. We also touched on the environmental impact of owning a car. A vehicle's carbon footprint is more than just the emissions it produces while driving. It includes the energy used in car manufacturing and disposal, which adds another layer of cost, the cost to our planet. Finally, we explored alternatives to car ownership. From public transportation to bike sharing and carpooling, there are plenty of budget-friendly and environmentally conscious options available. Remember, at HouseLux Estate, we're all about helping you make smart financial decisions. So before you buy that car, consider your budget and the points we've discussed today. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights. Until next time, stay savvy.